You can't convince them with words. You may have to rough them up and put the fear of God in them. I suggest you learn as much as you can about human anatomy and physiology. It ain't pretty, but there are many things you can do to a body that ain't lethal, but may cause someone to wish they were. Well, it ain't what I'd call hot tips, but they serve me well. Eat right, stay hydrated, exercise, just stay healthy. Don't hunt if you're sick. Last thing you want is an errant cough or sneeze to give you away when you're trying to use the element of surprise. What's the matter? You got it, Chief. Leave no quarter, show no mercy. You hear?
Feel free to tell old Two-Shot what's on your mind.
I have seen death. I have seen tragedy. I have seen more beg for their lives than I can count. But what I haven't seen is a fledgling tracker seemingly so willing and eager to speak with me so soon after joining. What knowledge do you hope to gain from our interaction? Indeed, a strong name. I am Yama. I borrow this name from the god of the dead, who judges the souls I usher to him. There is not much I wish to divulge. Whatever you have heard about me is likely true. I do not bring back my targets alive. I aim for brutal efficiency. I do not work well with others. You must know, I do not feel the need to appease or delight anyone. I take jobs no one else wants, and I always get it done. That is my value. Correct. A criminal fugitive is already trying to run from justice. They will do it again, if given the chance. It is in their nature. Would you allow even a slim chance that they escape again? Even if they turn from their criminal path, would you deny their victims true justice? On that, we can agree. However, it is my belief that real justice may only be served at the end of one's days in this existence. My stories are not for your amusement, but I will share one so that you may learn from my mistake. There was one time I decided to let a man live. He had a family, a wife, 3 children. He showed me a picture. They looked happy. He begged I let him live and spend the rest of his days incarcerated. So, at least he could see them occasionally and watch his children grow up from afar. He escaped from prison. He went home and murdered his entire family, and the family next door, and several others. By the time I found him again, he had killed himself, robbing me of the chance to pass him off to face his eternal judgment. Never again. I must warn you, my advice may not be palatable. I hope those are not just words. I strongly insist that you consider heeding my advice. If you are given the choice between bringing your targets in alive or dead, always choose dead. Criminal fugitives must be brought to justice, and the only way to truly serve that justice is to end their lives so that they can be judged fairly in the afterlife. Reaper's grace be with you.
Sliding all over my floor again earlier.
Yes, that was likely.
I miss.
Well,
But hanging around here is just fast.
Welcome back, Mantis. After the Narian War, the Trackers Alliance was formally established. The governments of the settled systems hide. This mutual trust is rarely breached. Until you return.
Hey, Mantis, I brought in another couple bounties. Hope you're keeping up. What are you standing around for when there's fugitives on the loose? Well, that and I need some... You've got a lot of
If it's advice you need, then advice.
well, you're a new face. Mantis. Not like the Mantis, though, right? You know what? Better to leave it a mystery. What can I get for you, Mantis? Oh, where are my manners? They call me two-shot, or even I sell drinks to it. Stay safe. I can't serve the dead.
Well, howdy, Tracker. Well, if it ain't, Now, what call sign did you take again? You and I both know that ain't it. Enough with the jokes. Right. And I'm really your dad. Sorry I didn't teach you more original jokes. Now, ain't it past your bedtime, kiddo? Now listen here. It was fun the first couple times, but if you can't show your fellow trackers some proper respect, you ain't gonna last long in this organization. Now, I ain't the fun police, but I hope I've made myself abundantly clear. So long.
You're always welcome.
Taking damage.
A nod to the stars that align our after the Narian. The Trackers Alliance was the governments of the settled systems higher up. This mutual trust. May luck follow you.
Well, hey, Mantis, I brought in another couple bounties. Well, you weren't that bad. That and I need some... You've got a lot of...
If it's advice you need, then...
Well, you're a new Mantis. Not... Oh, where... I sell drinks to at your wish. Don't be a stranger.
What can I do you for, young gun? Well, if it ain't... Mantis. Huh. Could could be. Well, name's Bloodhound. Pleased to make your acquaintance. Sure. Been a tracker for over 30 years. Well, of course it's hard to... Leave no quarter, show no mercy. You hear?
Agent Koios, at your service. What is your query? If I don't know it, no one here does. No, it is a pseudo-acronym meant to emphasize my station as hardware and software. My programmer thought it would be clever, but clearly it goes over most heads. Koios was a Greek Titan god, born of Uranus and Gaia. He was known as a Titan of knowledge and queries. But I wouldn't expect you to know that. Mostly stand around waiting for someone to interact with me. I am connected to the tracker database, so when a tracker either has or needs information about a certain target, they come to me. My directive is to assist trackers with any queries they have, and if desired, give advice based on the information we have compiled. Leave no quarter, show no mercy.
What can I do for you? How about that? We got a new tracker in the building. Name's Stash, and I'm more than just a pretty face. You ever need my help, you can step right over here to my little corner and we can talk shop. Whether it's for business or pleasure, that's up to you. No, and yes. No, it's Stash, like my mustache. Yes, it's kind of on the nose, like my mustache. Well, under it, but you get the idea. But yeah, it does work out like that, doesn't it? You're not the first to suggest it, and I doubt you'll be the last. And before you ask, no, I didn't grow the stash because I got a stash of goods or vice versa. Sometimes nicknames just stick. If you've got Astras, I'm sure I can scrounge up something to give you. You got it. No problem. Lay it on me. I tinker. I make, modify, and refurbish but I don't do it for free, and I don't do it for credits either. I only take Astras. And you get whatever I give you. No questions, no special requests, no refunds. I was hoping you'd ask. Back during the Narian War, there was some serious concern that the banks were going to fail. So some enterprising individuals took matters into their own hands and started minting their own currency, Astras, just in case the worst came to pass. Anyway, Astras are rare, but they're out there, still used in some black market circles since they're untraceable by any government. Guns, melee weapons, lethal, non-lethal, suits, you name it. All with my own modifications. Good, and we're on the same page. Matter of fact, I do. But the most interesting ones aren't from my tracker field work. Instead, I'm gonna take you back in time to my youth. See, I was a scrappy little neon street rat. I tinkered, built homemade weapons, and armor made out of scraps I came across. You can imagine who might buy that sort of thing. That's right. Gangbangers and other lowlives. I saw what they used these weapons for. But I had to make money. And it kept me safe from the gangs because they needed me. Well, I never did care much for those gangs, the way they preyed on folks weaker than them. So, when I found out about the trackers, I decided on a career change. Turns out I wasn't much for following rules. They said I was a bit of a loose cannon. But they liked my equipment, so here I am, peddling wares for other trackers. Well, when you grow up on the neon streets, you learn to fly by the seat of your pants. That doesn't always jive with protocol, even by tracker standards. Too much collateral damage. Don't worry, no one died. But let's just say I may have temporarily increased the homeless population. Anyway, I like what I do now. I'm putting my technical skills to use in a way that Trackers Alliance appreciates. I'm working on getting some new stock, so check back again later.
Glad to be on the same path as you.
Tracker,